Hello, learners. Welcome to our segment today. I am your instructor, CPA Aringo Frederick. And basically, today's class is a first session of our advanced management accounting since it was reintroduced as one of the compulsory papers in basically advanced level. Remember, right now for advanced level, for all students who will be doing advanced level, that is from the beginning of January 2024. If at all you'll be doing advanced level January 2024, this is to say you will be required to sit for advanced management accounting. Remember how it was on the previous basically structure. It was part of what? It was just basically amongst the selective papers. But from January 2024, advanced management accounting will be a compulsory paper. That is to say, in advanced level, compulsory paper will be, you'll be required to sit for leadership and management, AFR, talk about aspect of AFM, and MA. This will be compulsory papers, and that's why it is important that at any given point when we are digesting this, at least you should be having this in mind, so that the remaining papers, which I know very well by now you have it in mind, talk about advanced tax, talk about advanced public financial management, of course, and advanced auditing. These are where you'll be required at least to select one paper. These are where you'll be required to select at least one paper for specialization, right? So that's why it is important for us to start as soon as possible, so that by the time you are basically maybe being integrated on this, already you have the materials which you can use to do it basically for your studies. So in our class today, first of all, I'll want us to basically dissect what we will be expected to cover in advanced management accounting. So literally, it's just an overview. Talk about topic overview, or rather topics overview of what will be expected to cover at this level. It is a very interesting unit, because you only have like only eight topics, right? So that by the time you're through these 8 topics, it should be very good when it comes to advanced management accounting. So these are the topics that will be required basically to cover. These are the topics that will be required to cover. These are topics that will be required to cover. Number one, a very interesting and basically a very interesting topic and very engaging. This is topic number one, what you'll be expected to cover. Topic number one, you'll be expected to cover what you're referring to as a strategic. Talk about strategic management, strategic management accounting information, strategic management accounting information. These are basically what we will be required to cover in topic number one. So what will this entail? These, my good students, will entail basically a matter of us understanding the sources of strategic management, talk about the roles of management accountants, talk about basically the scope and limitation of strategic management accounting, a bit of more of introduction, right, to what advanced management accounting entails. Now, after clearing topic number one, talk about topic number two. Topic number two is a very interesting topic, because at this point, you will be required at least to use the basic knowledge that you had gathered at your basic level of management accounting to apply it now at this point. And this topic basically is all about cost estimation. So at this point, you'll be required to cover what you normally refer to as talk about cost estimation and interpretation. Cost estimation and interpretation. Cost estimation and interpretation. So these are what will be required to cover in topic number two. So the ingredients in this topic, you'll find that we will be having the concept of what you did at your basic level, which of course will include the aspect to do with regression analysis. But at this point, you'll be looking at it at a higher level because we'll also be analyzing the concept of analysis of variance, the ANOVA concept we'll be covering at this point. Also, in cost estimation at this level, will also be required basically to understand the concept to do with learning curve, right? Learning curve, a very interesting, very interesting area. Also, at the same point, my good students will also be required to have a clear understanding on basically concepts to do with correlation. I know you guys, you're good on this, right? So these are what will be expected basically to cover under cost estimation and interpretation. So after we're done with that bit, that should also take us to topic number 3. Topic number 3 is also a very interesting topic because at this point you'll be dealing with what? Planning, about planning and decision-making techniques. Planning and decision-making techniques. Planning and decision-making techniques. So when you are talking about planning and decision-making techniques, I know majority of us basically we recall what we did at our basic level, the concept of short-term planning decisions, right? Remember at our basic level, we had talked about the concept of CVP analysis. Majorly, we were dealing with a single product. But at this level, it will be important for us to know that we'll be expected to understand also the concept of CVP for multiple products, a very interesting area. The other key area that we must also be very good at this level, my good students, will also be required to understand the concept of the expected monetary values. Remember the concept of EMVs. This one you did it at your QA, right? So basically these are what you'll be looking at this point. And the concept of EMV will also be required to understand the aspect of the concept of decision-making process, like maxi-max decision rule, talk about maxi-min decision rules. All this will be expected basically to understand and cover them at this level of planning and decision-making techniques. It is a very interesting area because you'll find that it will open our mind wide when it comes to matters to do with what? Planning and decision making. So also at the same level, you'll also find that it is also at this level, my good students, that will also be analyzing a very important concept that normally refer to as what? Relevant cost analysis. Basically, this is all about what? Short-term planning, decision making. So these are what will be expected to cover in topic number 3. Talk about topic number 4. In topic number 4, my good students, we will be required also to understand a concept of pricing decisions. Talk about pricing decisions, right? These are what will be expected to cover at this point. And for pricing decisions, my good students, at this point, this is what you are going to agree together, right? These are what I want us to agree. You'll find that majority of the concepts in advanced management accounting, mostly they're all about what? Aspect of decision making. They're all about aspects to do what? With decision making. And the beauty part of it is that we'll always be having one common item, which will be flowing all through from the computation bits. So it is important for us to have that strategy. The moment you are able to grasp this strategy, you'll find that handling advanced management accounting, it will be very, very simple. Say, for example, here, whenever you read about pricing decisions, remember for pricing decisions, you should be able to remember what basically we did earlier on. So this, we've been doing it in taxation. So this now we'll be applying it basically in advanced management accounting. The concept of external pricing decisions. Talk about transfer pricing. Transfer pricing is all about internal pricing decisions, right? So at this point, I want to basically ascertain this. I want to ascertain basically the price that a certain product should retail with at the market. At this point, what are the factors, or rather, what are we going to basically consider before we arrive at this decision? So you'll find that it is always a very interesting and also very practical area. For example, nowadays, with of course the Finance Act 2023, you'll find that the Finance Act 2023, there are some amendments basically with aspects to do with the concepts of transfer pricing, because like multinational companies actually, they majorly tend to use this concept, of course, to reduce their tax in a way. So it will also be a very interesting bit, because we'll also be covering basically practical areas. So these are what we'll be looking at under pricing decisions. So in addition to that, we'll also be required also to cover topic number 5. And topic number 5, basically here, we'll be talking about strategic performance measurement. These are topic number 5. Topic number 5 at this point, we'll be required to cover what we normally refer to as strategic performance measurement. Strategic performance measurement. Strategic performance measurement. Strategic performance measurement. These are what will basically be required to cover at this level in topic number 5. So strategic performance measurement, my good students, why is Mwalimu basically always in love with this topic? Under this topic, we'll be expected to have a deeper understanding when it comes to matters to do with our investments. How will we measure the performance of the company? Because remember, for us to attract investors, then the performance of the company should be at the top. And at this point, you'll be able to cover what we normally refer to as, and in details, right? Return on investments. Return on investment. This is one element that we'll be covering under basically aspect of strategic performance measurement. Talk about return on capital employed. We normally talk about economic value added, the concept of EVA. So all these are the concepts that will be required basically to cover under strategic performance measurement. And it is always very key, more so for managers. So it is important that we should be able to understand this in details. That is topic number 5. So that should take us to topic number 6. And topic number 6, I know all of us, you're very familiar with this, because we'll be talking about what? Inventory control. Talk about inventory control decisions. Inventory control decisions. Inventory control decisions. Remember, we did this at our basic level for the concepts of inventory, right? Management of inventory. So at this point, we'll be looking more of controlling, right? That's why you're having inventory control decisions. At this point, my good students, by now, all of us, we must be very familiar with the concept that we normally refer to as EOQ, right? At this point, we'll also be talking about the concept known as what? EBQ, which probably if you had attended Mwalimu Aringo's class at the basic level of management accounting, you must be very familiar with the concept of economic batch quantity. Also, at the same level, we'll be introducing a very interesting concept, which we normally refer to it as just in time, right? Just in time, right? These are some of the concepts that basically we'll be covering at this level. Also, at the same point, my good students will also find that there's this concept that we're going to introduce: perishable products. Remember, like in our basic level, we hadn't looked at any concept to do with perishable products. But this level, we'll be looking at the concept to do with perishable products. This is another concept of probabilities in our inventory, stochastic inventory decisions. So you'll find that it is quite a wide area, but also a very interesting part at our level. Now, once you are done with topic number 6, you are going to go to a very practical topic, which is topic number 7. Topic number 7 is practical here because we'll be talking about the concept to do what? Budgetary control techniques. Budgetary control techniques. Budgetary control techniques. I'm very certain, very certain that you did budgeting at your basic level of management accounting. That one, I'm very certain that you did basically a budgeting at your basic level. So the interesting part under this level for budgeting, you'll find that we'll be covering some specific budgets. Probably some of us, we've never heard of them. But if you had attended our classes at a basic level, you can recall me mentioning some of these items, which you normally refer to them as what? Zero-based budgeting. Talk about the concept of flexible budgeting, right? Talk about key other areas to do with activity-based budgeting, incremental budgeting. These are what will be covering under the budgetary control techniques. A very interesting area. Now go to the final topic, which is topic number 8. You'll find that topic number 8, nowadays you normally tend to hear this song everywhere, that basically we should take care of our environment, right? They normally tend to say basically what aspect of you should be able to manage your environment very well because of what? Global warming effects, right? So you as management accountants, how will you fit in with this with these changes? So at this point, you'll find that topic number 8 will be required basically to understand the concept of environmental management accounting. Talk about environmental management accounting. Environmental management accounting is what we will be expected to cover in topic number 8. Yeah, also you as basically management accountants and finance students, you must be very accountable when it comes to do with matters to do with what? Environment, right? So this is what we will be expected to cover in our course of advanced management accounting. So by the time we are through with our syllabus, we should be able to understand and grasp these topics. So mentioning that, I want us to focus on some of the key areas which Mwalimu will be marking them with asterisks, making them one of the basically important topics that at any given point in time, we must always be having them in our fingertips, okay? So to do this, you're going to start with topic number 2. This is a very important topic. This is a very, very important topic. Cost estimation and interpretation, the concepts to do with learning curve and the rest. That is a very important topic that at any given point in time throughout our course, make sure that you grasp this concept very well. In addition to that, we'll be talking of basically topic number 4, which topic number, basically that is topic number 3 actually. Very important. You'll find that aspect of pricing decision is also a very important concept, which many a times, of course, if I told you to look at it on the concept of exams, many a times you will never miss, right? In addition to that, you'll find that one of the longest topic that basically we are going to have as well at this point, basically you'll find that it will be a concept to do with inventory control decisions. Inventory control decision. You'll find that this is the longest topic that we'll be having. So it will be very key for us to look at it in details. So having mastered these topics, I'm not ruling out the other topics, but these are the key topics that you must always be having at our fingertips. Basically, the other topics are also very important. It's not that we are going to ignore them, but basically they're also very important. But these key topics that we've marked with asterisks, make sure that we just have them in our fingertips. We just have them in our fingertips. And of course, not forgetting budgetary control techniques with the concept of flexible budgets, right? So, my good students, this was just an overview of what you'll be expected to cover in advanced management accounting. And I know for you guys, you are viewing the recorded version of this. But remember, we also have the virtual classes for management accounting. We have virtual live classes. For virtual live classes, basically, we'll be having these classes 2 days in a week, right? We'll be having these classes 2 days in a week. And at this point, of course, we'll be having these classes that is on basically talk about Saturdays. We'll be having these classes on Saturdays. Saturdays basically from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is Saturdays. On Sundays, my good students will be having advanced management accounting, basically from, this of course should be basically from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. These are literally for live virtual classes whereby you attend our classes. So this one, what you're viewing basically is for pre-recorded version. So to this point, guys, thank you so much. We meet in our next session whereby we are going to start by analyzing topic number one. Thank you so much, and let us meet in our next class. Bye-bye.